moment from now. Good, 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 good. Got it.
Did you already think about next year's sessions, or do you have anything planned for next year? Or
Is anything else in the schedule for next term or
sorry, can you speak a bit louder since I can't hear you very well?
I was saying that were you asking about the schedules for next term or this time? This term we have already ended the term. Are you talking about next term?
Yes, I'm talking about next year.
All right, all right. Yes.
Or we already
Please, Sir Prince said he has sent some document to you, or you were the one who sent it to about what we'll be doing next term. So it's the same thing. We don't have anything to add. I think it's okay.
Oh, are you okay with the schedule?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So we are also okay. We don't have any problem.
Okay.
But it looks like it's shifted from the computing aspect this time around.
Yes, it's changed from computer topic to more of a history and I'll say culture topic. So, or we can continue with computer if you want next year as well.
Oh, okay, okay. I think it's okay because they still need those things, so it's okay.
Okay.
There's no problem with it. Yeah, so we can start.
Okay. So today's topic is on artificial intelligence, and it's also called AI. So what really is AI? So AI is the science of making intelligent machines, especially intelligent computer programs. So AI is able to think like humans do. So basically, AI, unlike other technology or machineries, recognize the input and give out an appropriate answer according to that situation. So they also learn from their surroundings and mistakes to continuously improve. Simply put, it has a human-like brain. So again, AI is basically just the science of making intelligent machines. And these intelligent machines can do a lot of things, like create like an output depending on what situation it is in, depending on what it's doing. And it thinks like a humans do, and it gives out an appropriate answer during that situation. So I'll show you guys an example with this AI. So like I said before, AIs learn from their mistakes. And by this, the AI was fully able to read the moves and even won a game of Go against the best player in the world. So the AI created by Google is called AlphaGo. And here actually is a video of a best Go player in the world playing against this AI.
Studio, the new web creation platform built.
So this person is basically playing against a robot or an AI.
Decades, human beings have played games against computers. At first, computers struggled, but then they started winning.
Watson, what is creed? Yes.
And now they've become so dominant that they're raising doubts about the future of humanity. The latest emblem for existential dread is Google's DeepMind project, which created AlphaGo, an AI program that's become unbeatable at the most complex strategy game on the planet. While the game of checkers has 10 to the power of 20 possible outcomes, and a game of chess has 10 to the power of 40 possible outcomes, Go has more than 10 to the power of 80 possible outcomes. AlphaGo is trained to analyze situations itself by breaking the game down into tiny parts and visualizing all possible moves. Last week, it played the world's best Go player, 19-year-old Ke Jie, with the help of a human handler. AlphaGo beat him 3 times, and after doing what it was designed to do, retired from the game.
在这次比赛完之后， 在它继续又不停的进步之后，我觉得它对我而言也就是100%。
If a system like AlphaGo can learn all the moves in Go well enough to beat a person, then it has the potential to replace lawyers and accountants, among dozens of other jobs. It might be perfect, but it has no way to navigate human politics. The Chinese government banned the live stream after Zhe lost the first game. The loss to an American company was an attack on the country's pride.
The Chinese government has made a big effort to proclaim that they are moving ahead rapidly in artificial intelligence, that they will be the people who dominate AI. To have the dreaded Google come in and beat China at its own game, it's just piling insult on top of insult. It's kind of amazing.
But it was more than a national crisis.
对我而言就是对围棋的上帝。阿尔法狗出现之后，可能真的我对人生啊，包括不是仅是围棋啊，对人生啊也有巨大的一个改变和看法。
So yeah, from the video, you guys can tell that this AlphaGo is an AI, and it even beat the best Go player in the world. So Go is, I don't think I introduced in the video, it's a type of game, a board game, which has a lot of potential moves. And it's kind of like chess, like I made a video about earlier, but it has basically more moves and there are more complex moves that you can do. But the AlphaGo, the AI, was able to beat a human player. So talking about history right now, how was AI like a long time ago? So I would like to introduce just a basic timeline of how AI was introduced. So it was during about 1950s to 1970s where the idea of AI was brought up. So early work with neural networks stirs excitement for thinking machines. So they had these ideas of thinking machines, which brought up the idea of AI in the future, which is today. And during the 1980s and about till 2010s, they brought the idea of machine learning. So machine learning becomes popular during those times using the AI provided. And from 2011 to 2020s, which is pretty recent, deep learning breakouts drive AI boom, which means that they are using AI to potentially learn from other education systems. And present day, which is 2023, generative AI is born, a disruptive teach and soars in popularity. So present day is where AI really becomes popular and many applications of AI are developed. So right now, this is the important part, the use of AI today. So how do we use artificial intelligence today? So AI is used for multiple purposes. So the main purpose is generative AI, or so-called chatbot, and it is also used in healthcare, shopping, in automobiles, in securities, agriculture, and more. So the first use is generative AI, or chatbot. So again, chatbot, also known as generative AI, responds to your question and put in an essentially chats with you. So it can provide very helpful information on anything you ask. So the picture on the right here asked this platform called ChatGPT, and it is a really common platform that us humans use. So it asks, how are you doing today, ChatGPT? And the AI answered, as a language model trained by OpenAI, I don't have the ability to experience emotions like a human would. So this tells us that this AI does not have any feelings. Most AIs don't, and they're programmed not to. And the difference between humans and AI, of course, they don't have feelings, but they're still able to think like humans do. So they provided a result to the question. So the question was, how are you doing today? And the answer was, I don't have any emotions. So this person asked another question. What is the capital of this state, the ChatGPT answered in a fictional Star Trek universe, and that means that the question this person asked was regarding the fictional character, and the ChatGPT was able to identify that this was a fictional state or fictional country and give a right response to that since it asked for the capital. And I would actually like to try this on your own. So I have a website open. So this is the ChatGPT I was talking about. So this is, of course, a generative AI. So I can write anything and it provides a response to that. So I can type in just like the example I shown before, how are you doing today? I can ask the AI that. So I asked, how are you doing today? And the AI answered, thank you for asking. Again, as a machine learning model, I don't have any feelings. So that is the right answer. So I can also say, provide some JavaScript codes. So last week I talked about codes, and maybe you guys want to see some examples. I can type in ChatGPT, provide some JavaScript codes. So it answered, certainly, I'd be happy to provide you with some JavaScript code examples. And I can say, show me some examples. Say, I'm curious about that. So it's automatically generating a response. So this is the answer for my question of show me some examples. So this AI was able to identify that I was asking for some examples of JavaScript codes. So it provided some examples here. And I can even copy these codes and paste it into the programming software if I want to. And let me create a new chat actually. And ChatGPT can also help you in, let's say, math problems. So I'm not going to get into any complex math problems, but let's say I type in just anything. So 9 times, let's say, 3 times 8 times 7 times 5 times 6 plus 9 minus 6 minus 32, for example. I just typed in any math equation and I'll ask the ChatGPT to solve it for me. Solve this for me. And then it has this equation. And let me see if ChatGPT, the AI, is able to solve my math equation. So here, ChatGPT is doing all the math. So it's breaking down into steps. And it actually did show the final result, which is 30,211. So you can see from all these steps that it did the math and provided the answer to the question. And yeah, this is just some examples of what ChatGPT can do. Well, there are other things that you can do as well, such as what is the most famous sport in the world? Let me ask that. So I'm curious, what is the most famous sport in the world? So I asked the AI or ChatGPT, and it provided the answer. Soccer, or also known as football, is widely considered the most popular and famous sport in the world. So ChatGPT was able to maybe collect polls from the entire world and calculate that football was the most famous sport in the world. So yeah, it's able to take things from the internet and then provide you with some examples. And I can even ask it to write an essay. I can ask it to solve math problems. I can ask some fun facts, and I can honestly ask anything to ChatGPT and it can answer. So it is a really neat AI that we have today. And this is something that I personally use as well. So when I am stuck with something, I can ask ChatGPT to maybe give me some ideas, and it answers my question pretty well. So now moving on from chatbot or generative AI, I would like to talk about the AI used in healthcare applications. So AI is used in many health-related applications or devices. For this reason, it is often used in hospitals. So devices such as stethoscope, which automatically detects your heartbeat, telling you if it's too high or too low, and even health applications, which tell you how much you should exercise each day. So the picture on the right bottom here, you can see that this is a health application, and you can see that this person has 82 beats per minute for their heart rate. And it calculates that by just measuring the heartbeat by the sensor on the phone. And it tells you the activity that you did each day. So I believe that's calorie burned. So today, this person burned 563 calories and took 1,916 steps and went 2.01 kilometers. And this health application usually shows, depending on how much you exercised each day, to tell you if you're still underweight or overweight, and if you should exercise more, or if you should eat less, or if you should eat more. It tells you all that by calculating your average heart rates and activity each day. So that's some neat factors which can apply to healthcare as well. Now, moving on to shopping, AI used in shopping is really important as well. So AI helps people decide on what to buy by the recommendation tab. The recommendation tab automatically recommends products that you may like to buy, depending on what you have bought earlier. So this means that there is a separate tab which shows you which AI recommends you what to buy. I can actually show you an example with my own Amazon page. So here is Amazon.com. And again, I think I talked about this earlier, that this website is the most common online shopping website that people use. Now you can see on this recommendation tab, pick up where you left off on the far left. I have bought some Christmas decorations as well as some trains. So the AI is recommending me some stuff which I can buy again. And it also recommends me some 4+ star deals for me. So these are all 4+ star deals that I can buy, which are all about like 25% off. And it also recommended me some categories to explore, some things I may like, depending on what stuff I bought earlier. So it is all the AI's work that's recommending these tabs. All of these are created by AI, the artificial intelligence, which recognizes what I've bought and recommends me some new ones. So it's able to take in things from the surroundings and provide a result, like how a human would. That's all AI is. Now, automobiles. It looks fun to be on an auto-driving car, but did you know it was also a form of AI? The car automatically detects the car in front of you and tells the vehicle to slow down or speed up on its own. So it has these sensors, which AIs detect, and the AI tells the device or the automobile to slow down or move faster, depending on the distance. So it's all the AI's work, which detects and maybe controls the entire automobile. So I have a video here which explains more about this auto-driving car in detail.
Have you ever
So here it is.
imagined cars driving themselves without any human intervention? It might sound like a dream, but guess what? It's becoming a reality. There are already some cars on the road that can drive themselves partially, but the researchers are working hard to make fully autonomous cars. In this particular video, we'll explore the fascinating world of autonomous vehicles. We'll uncover the logic behind them, what they actually are, and how do they see and how they work without human intervention. But before we begin with that, I'd like to request you guys to enable both the subscribe button and bell icon for Intellipaat YouTube channel to come across more updates like this. First of all, let's try to comprehend how self-driving cars can see the objects in the surrounding. For that, let's imagine that there is a self-driving car running on the road. Also, to increase complexity, let's say that it's late night with pitch dark, and on a road there are few obstacles in front of the car. The car now needs to see and understand these objects to make safe decisions without any human intervention. To do this, the car uses smart eyes called sensors. These sensors work like magic, giving the car all the information about the size, shape, and position of the obstacles in just a split seconds, no matter how dark or tough the conditions are. To achieve this complex task, the car uses a special laser-based tool called LiDAR and a smart communication technology called integrated photonics. LiDAR sends out laser beams that bounces off the objects and come back to the car sensors, creating a 3D map of a surrounding. It's like a magical blueprint that tells the car where everything is, even tiny details like the button on someone's shirt. But how does it measure the shape and depth of the objects? Well, LiDAR continuously fires laser pulses to measure the distance. For example, if there is a dog in front of a car, one pulse might hit the base of dog's ear and the next one might reach the tip of the ear before bouncing back. By measuring the time it takes for the pulses to return, the car can understand the shape of dog's ear. With a lot of short pulses, LiDAR renders a detailed profile of the object. The most obvious way to create pulses is to switch the laser on and off, but this makes the laser unstable and affects the precise timing of its pulses, which limits the depth resolution. So it's better to leave it on and use something else to periodically block the light reliably and rapidly. That's where integrated photonics steps in. Integrated photonics uses tiny optical circuits to manipulate light and precisely control its path. It's like having a super smart traffic controller for light. So instead of switching the laser on and off, which can be unstable and affect the timing of pulses, integrated photonics steps in to efficiently block the light at just the right moments. This ensures the laser pulses are delivered with precise timing, resulting in a high resolution depth map. With this powerful duo of LiDAR and integrated photonics, the car can now create detailed profile of every object it encounters on the road. It's like giving a car superpower to see and understand the world around it. As the car continues its journey, it uses this constantly updating 3D map to navigate safely through the ever-changing environment. It can make split-second decisions, avoid obstacles, and keep everyone on board out of harm's way. Besides these two tools, cars also put a multitude of cameras to use in order to have extra distance calculation factor for optimal decision making. I hope now you guys understand how autonomous vehicles can see and sense the environment around them. Alright, now that the car can see and understand its surrounding, it needs to process all that sensory data to make smart decisions on the road. Now let's suppose an autonomous car is running on one-way lane, surrounded by vehicles coming from the opposite direction on one side and other vehicles moving alongside it on the same lane. The car's smart sensors such as LiDAR and cameras continuously collect information about the surrounding environment. They detect the positions, speeds, and trajectories of all nearby vehicles, including those approaching from the opposite direction and those driving alongside our autonomous vehicle. The complex algorithms inside cars' onboard computer come into play. These algorithms analyze all the data gathered by the sensors in real time. They consider various factors like the relative distances, speeds, and the predicted path of other vehicles to understand the potential risk and safe options available. The algorithm follows a set of rules to prioritize safety and avoid any collisions. If there is enough space on the lane, the car may continue driving in its designated lane, maintaining a safe distance from other vehicles. The algorithms ensure that the car keeps a buffer zone and adjusts its speed to prevent any chances of accidents. In a more complex situation where the lane becomes crowded or the approaching vehicles are too close, the algorithms might make the decisions to slow down or even stop the car temporarily to allow safe passage for other vehicles. This is similar to how human driver would slow down and yield in such situations. The algorithms also continuously adapt to changing conditions. If there are sudden changes in the position or movements of other vehicles, the car's smart algorithms can quickly adjust the driving strategy to ensure safety and smooth traffic flow. Furthermore, the autonomous car can communicate with other smart vehicles on the road, sharing data about its movement and intentions. This communication helps create a collaborative driving environment where all the vehicles work together to avoid conflicts and ensure safe driving. Currently, we don't have complete autonomous vehicles on the road, but intensive research is going on in the industry. However, even the partial autonomous vehicles have also come a long way. As much as these vehicles drive on the road, they keep learning and improving themselves. I mean, have a look at this footage of Tesla Autopilot visualizing surroundings and making decisions. This is quite magical, isn't it? But there is more to come. With today's video, we overlook the fundamental idea of how self-driving vehicles work. I hope this video was informative for all of you guys out there. Thank you.
Okay, so you guys could see in the video that this automobile, auto-driving cars do use AI, and they use, again, sensors which detect the car in front of them or behind them. And depending on what the sensor sensed, the automobile slows down or speeds up according to the situation. So it's able to think and make it move or make it slow down, and it shows a distinct answer to that situation. So you can tell that this AI is really like a human, but it's not at the same time, since it's able to think and act, but does not really have feelings. And I want to connect this back to our last week's lecture, which is on computer programming. So programming is what codes all of these AI, and I'm just showing you guys some examples of AI. So just letting you guys know that this is all connected, interconnected together. Now, lastly, I would like to talk about AI in home appliances. So AIs are also used in home appliances, so automatically controlling the power of some devices to save electricity. So some appliances also have voice recognition, recognizing your voice and following your commands. And that is all AI, since it, again, recognizes your voice and then provides some answer to that question or some command. So this person can ask this AI to maybe turn off the light switch for upstairs, and it does by controlling the system, electricity system. And this person can also ask the AI to maybe provide some answer to some question, and it can do that. And there are also maybe smart controlled home appliances, which maybe turns the devices on and off depending on what situation it is. So I have this video here, which is a Google Home, and it's a home appliance made by Google. And I'd like to point out before we watch this video that it is kind of exaggerated, since this is a commercial and these people in the video use the AI more than it is supposed to be used, and not a lot of people have this, so just watch this for maybe entertaining purposes. Okay, yeah, so Google Home is what it's called, and it is, again, a voice recognition system which controls your home appliances. This shows how AI can also be used in home appliances.
Okay, Google, play the morning playlist.
Okay, playing morning playlist.
Okay, Google, play music in all rooms.
Okay, Google, I'm listening.
Your flight to Portland is delayed by 30 minutes.
Change my dinner reservation tonight from 7:30 to 8.
Your reservation at Andina is now confirmed for 8 p.m.
Hey Google, text Louise. Flight is delayed. Dinner moved to 8.
Okay, message sent.
Morning. Morning. Hey, Google, turn the lights on in Kevin's room.
I thought you finished that already.
I forgot. Okay, Google, what's apples in Spanish?
Manzanas.
Hey Google, has my package shipped?
Yes, it's already shipped. It'll arrive tomorrow.
Ooh, is that for me?
Maybe.
Interesting.
Okay, Google, how many stars are in our galaxy?
Well, there are about 100 to 400 billion stars, according to Space.com.
Which star is the closest?
According to NASA, the nearest star system is Alpha Centauri.
Can you show me what it looks like on the TV?
Okay, Google, how's the traffic from Pebble Rock School to the airport?
Your normal route has heavy traffic. There's a faster one that'll take about 35 minutes. I've sent it to your phone.
Okay. Let's go.
Dad!
Hey, Google, what's on the calendar today?
The first event is Space Day at Kevin's school. It starts at 8 a.m.
Space Day. Are you ready, buddy?
Ready.
Let's go.
Come on.
Yeah, this is just an advertisement by Google, and it shows how maybe possible AIs can be used in home appliances, controlling any power switches and automatically detecting your move. So again, I'd like to point out that this is maybe, of course, exaggerated since it's an advertisement and they used it more than we would typically use it. So that is just some example of how AIs can also be used in home appliances. And I would like to maybe point out the difference between an AI and machine, since some of you guys may be confused between those two. So unlike machines, artificial intelligence, or AI, learn from its surroundings. It is like human, but not at the same time. So AI learns from its mistakes and try to find a way around it. But machines, however, does the same thing over and over again without thinking. So you can think of AI as it can think and act on its own depending on the situation. And machines, on the other hand, can only do simple tasks and does not change. And again, you can think of it as maybe AIs are the brain power of some sort of a robot or a machine if it's implemented into that. And the machine itself does not have any brain. It cannot think on its own. It can only do maybe specific tasks that is programmed to do. But AIs can, again, think depending on the situation it is given in and try to make a change around it. And I would like to point out that AI is all about computer programming, like we talked about last week. And last week, we basically talked about how computer programming is used and program everything. So AI is one thing that is programmed by, again, computer programming, by code. And you can see how much helpful it is. So I'd like to maybe conclude by saying that everyone uses AI as it is helpful in terms of efficiency and assistance. However, it is quickly towering over humans. So you can see how much AI has improved. It was even able to beat and outsmart humans during the recent times. And as I showed you about the Go game on the first slide, and AI is really improving today, and auto-driving cars are actually coming to reality, which is pretty amazing if you think about it. And yeah, that was it for my slides. And if you have any questions for now, maybe you can ask that, or maybe do any other stuff. Maybe if you guys can, yeah, ask me to clarify something.
As students, how can we use AI for learning?
Sorry, can you use AI for what?
Learning.
Oh, for learning. Yeah, of course, AI can be used as learning. As I said before, there are also generative AI, which again, I showed you guys by just asking questions to it and answering depending on what I asked. So it can be used in learning since we can ask some really important informations. And also AIs are able to maybe recommend me some applications as AIs are used in learning applications. They are used to maybe provide some questions for us to learn and many other materials that are really helpful in learning. So I didn't mention it in the slides, but of course AIs can be used in learning as well. So maybe any questions?
David, please, one of the students also want to ask a question. Who bring down a hands?
Sorry.
No question.
I like money, so how can I use AI to get money?
So how can you use AI? Can you repeat your question?
How can I use AI to get money from the internet?
To get new information, or I cannot hear you very
Okay,
well.
David, please, she's asking that how can she use AI to get money on the internet? To generate money, like to get money, to get businesses that should be able to acquire money on the internet as a student. That's what she's saying.
Oh, so how can you use AI to earn money? Well, the AI cannot really provide money for you since it is just a brain of a, let's say, a human. So it can only provide you some information to the most. And maybe it can provide you on ways that you can earn money, but it cannot directly, you cannot directly make money off of AI. So I hope that answers your question. It just provides you some information about how you can make money, but you cannot make money with AI. Or unless you program an AI, let's say, or you make, let's say, a device that has AI, and if you sell those, of course you can earn money. But with the AI itself, you cannot really do anything. Just ask some information. That's all AI can do for now. So yeah, I hope that answered your question.
Any other question? All right, David, I think that's you don't have any other question.
Or are there anything else that the students want to see again? I can maybe show you more about ChatGPT if you want. I have the tab open, so maybe you guys can ask ChatGPT some questions. It can answer anything, so maybe one of you guys can ask a question and I can type it in. Like, what do you guys want to ask an AI? Like, it can be anything. So
okay, David.
yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Myself, I want to know whether AI has a host, like how we have Facebook being hosted on the internet by, let's say, an American company, or let's say WhatsApp, let's say TikTok, all the other websites and social media platforms. Does AI has something similar to that? Does it have a host where all the information is coming from, like the chat GPT? Does it have a host, or it doesn't have something like that?
I'm not sure if I understand your question correctly, but are you saying that our platforms, like applications, have AI implemented in, or are you asking that? Can you maybe clarify?
Yes, it's also part of my question. Like, do they also have AI implemented in them? And also, does it have a host, like a server, I mean a server, where it is being hosted, or it gets all those informations from? That is what I'm asking.
Oh, yeah. So ChatGPT is something really special as it collects information from all those applications and other softwares. So if I ask, what is the most watched video on YouTube, for example, it can provide information since it collects data from other softwares and applications as well. So ChatGPT is basically what takes the information from the internet and maybe summarizes into one. So again, to answer your first question, yes, AI is used in those applications and other softwares. And those AI are, you can think of it as they're all connected to each other. So the AI that I'm using right now, which is ChatGPT, is essentially connected to other AIs in, let's say, YouTube or WhatsApp or any other softwares. So I can ask maybe not that sensitive, but some informations about what really YouTube is, what's WhatsApp, what's TikTok, and I can just ask that and provide some information since the AIs in those are all connected. And
all right, we get you. So I think that's okay.
like, for example, Facebook, I believe it recommends you some people you can follow or some maybe posts that you may like. That is all AI that's providing you the information since it's able to maybe identify what you like to watch, what you like to see, and it automatically recommends some people you might like to follow or people you might like to see. So that's all AI that's doing the job.
Thank you.
And again, I have this ChatGPT tab open, so if any of you guys like want to ask it anything, and I can even ask if you guys don't have any questions, the distance from Earth to the sun, for example, I can ask that, and it answered the average distance from Earth to the sun is approximately 93 million miles or 150 million kilometers. So this data is most likely been calculated from maybe space programs such as NASA, and it collects the information from NASA and provides me just the summarized information. So ChatGPT is really, really great and important.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so thank you for your answer.
I would like to maybe add on that AI is also all part of computer programming, like we talked about last week. So this generative AI is all coded by programmers, computer programmers, since it is essentially all code that's doing the job. And you can see how much computer programming is important since it can program and provide the result of this ChatGPT. And yeah, I just wanted to say that this is all part of computer programming and it's really important to maybe dig into computer programming if you're interested in these, and maybe we'll cover more topics about jobs regarding computer programming next year. So if you're interested, you can maybe start studying computer programming or AIs if this is something you really like or enjoy. So I'll talk about jobs about computer programming maybe next year, if you guys like this kind of things.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. All right, thank you very much.
You guys don't have any questions, this is all I prepared for today's lecture. So I believe today is the last class for this session. So this is the end of first fall and winter session, which means that we will meet again next year, maybe during like sometime in January. So my mother has sent Prince the schedule, the completed schedule. So maybe you can revise it however you like. If you want to change any of the subjects, if you want to, please let me know. If you want to learn anything else, if you have in mind.
Hi, Jabin.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm very well. Yeah, it's true. Your mom sent me the schedule for next year.
Yes.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add dates so that we know exact dates that we'll be having the classes. As for the time, we'll keep maintaining the 1 o'clock that as the time.
Yes.
So, but I've already shared the schedule with the teacher, the IT man. So I will only add the dates. I think for now it's very good. We stick to that, but I only add dates to it so that we know which date that we're going to have lessons. School resumed back on the January 8th. So okay. Probably the following week would start, or probably the first week of reopening will start. But I'll do that and send it back to your mom so that she can share with you. Is that okay?
Yes, that sounds good.
Oh, all right, good. Again, on behalf of the students, I will say a very thank you to you for all the lessons. I know it hasn't been easy, especially with some network challenges. So we say a very thank you to you. And then we hope that next year we'll be able to continue. I'm going to make a proposal to your mom concerning getting a better network connection. I asked the IT teacher, and then he has requested that we buy an internet booster. That will help get the internet connection very much stable. So I'm going to send that to your mom maybe by the close of the week. Then possibly if you're able to get it, then next year we can. But for now, I'm very happy that the sound, because of the sound system that we bought, we have no challenges when it has to do with sounds. The student can hear loud and clear, which is an excellent step that we took this term. So on behalf of the student, I say a very thank you to you, and I wish you a Merry Christmas and then a prosperous New Year.
Yeah.
I say hello to your mom and then to Daniel, and I wish them a Merry Christmas as well. Okay?
Yeah. I'm also thankful for all you and all the teachers and all the students for listening to my lectures. It might sound boring, but I hope they learned something new. And
no, it doesn't sound boring. You know, as a matter of fact, it will help them in going forward, because now the world is becoming a global village, you have sometimes have online lectures, online meetings and stuff like that. So it's a good step for them so that before they even reach the tertiary level, they should be used to this online thing. So I personally, I don't think that it should be a problem. It's a good step in the right direction, helping them to know, and it will not take them by surprise should they face online lessons, when they climb the academic ladder. Yeah. So thank you very much. I guess it's cold, right? Is it cold?
It's really cold in here.
Yeah, I can see from your clothes.
Yeah.
So what is the temperature? What's the temperature today?
It's like -3 Celsius about.
-3. Wow. Is it snowing?
Not right now, but I think it will snow pretty soon. So
Okay. All right. And then it's -3.
yeah.
It's hot here. It's very hot here.
Oh.
It's directly opposite.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I wish you well and enjoy the Christmas holidays.
Yeah. I wish you also a Merry Christmas. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye. Bye.